Woohoo, we're live.
Well,
There's something about Halabali and I being masked while you're not. Feels significant. I also wish that the ladies' dance was looping. So,
yeah.
we have to decide, are we going to try to tackle Bahamut ourselves unsynced, or are we going to try to party find her?
I'm thinking, like, with our first attempt, wasn't Outbreak, like, super high level, but still couldn't tank the wipe?
You can't tank the wipe. The
Mm.
problem we were having was we didn't understand the mechanics of the fight. So we burned down phase 1 while dropping meteors appropriately, and there shouldn't be many meteors. Then the golems come. There'll be 3 golems. We'll each have to take a golem, feed it 3 meteors, and then kill it. We'll have a minute to do so before new meteors start falling. The second time, there will be 6, so we will need to, like, drop them in the appropriate pattern. Then there'll be another batch of golems that we feed meteors to and feed them. And again, there's like 40 seconds. If you drop the meteors on top of each other, they explode and wipe. If you feed a golem more than 3 meteors, they explode and wipe. If you put the 2 golems too close to each other, they explode and wipe. And if, after the second drop of meteors, we haven't fed all the meteors on the table to golems before Mega Flare is cast, they explode and we wipe. And since we didn't understand that, we basically wiped to all of them. Despite killing the golems and then wiping to the meteors, because we didn't realize we had to eat all the golems. So I have a strategy for markers to describe zones and a proposed layout for where meteors should drop. So basically each of us will be given a zone, and that zone is going to have a spot for us to drop meteors in an L-shaped pattern and a spot for us to drop the golem on the other end. Does that make sense? Because we're each going to get a golem. And then we're going to just take our golems and probably like the region to our left, depending on how the golems fall. I was just thinking, oh, we'll take the golems back to our region, and then I just realized the way I'm describing this and going to draw it, that would mean all of our golems would meet in the middle and explode. So, no, I can make the L shape, and then we can just go to the left of the L shape, and that'll define the region. Which will make no sense until we get in there. So I should find where the symbols live. I don't know where the symbols live. Do you know where the duty symbols live, Kalabali? That's a duty action. That's not the thing that we want.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, okay, here we go.
that's interesting.
Hmm?
Oh, what did you find?
No, I just like I was placed down a waymark and then I cleared it.
That's the thing I'm looking for. Yay. Okay. Then, are we ready to hop in?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Second coil, turn 4. Well, that's not right. Unrestricted party. There we go. Hey, right at 3 o'clock. Okay. So where's the waymarks? So our regions are Region 1. Oh, you're still muted. Fixed it. I can't mark down waypoints yet until Halabali's done with cutscene. But you see how there's like these 3 little circles? There we go. So we'll have our waymarks. Okay, so these are our zones. So one of us will be 1, one will be 2, one will be 3. The first meteor will be at the center of that little circle. Second one will be on the square. Third will be on the triangle to the right. Does that make sense?
Triangle to the right.
I put a little D there as an example. See?
All right. I see.
How do I just clear D? That's how. Okay. And then we'll drop our golems at A, B, and C. So whoever 1 is will be red. We'll drop the golem at A, and then we'll feed it backwards. 2 will be to B, 3 to C. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So who wants to be?
I do have.
Who wants to be 1?
I have one question though.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Let's say if I was in charge of 2, do I drop the meteor exactly where 2 is, or
the second one? So like the first one would be in the circle ahead of 2. Second will be on 2.
Right.
Third will be halfway to B.
All right.
So who do you want to be? 1, 2, or 3?
Let's see. Guess I'll be B.
So 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Halabali, do you have a preference?
I do not.
Okay. Then I will take 3 because I like blue more than red. Do we all understand our meteors strategy?
Yes.
Okay. Are we ready to kill this mofo?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go! Circles.
Oh wait, yeah. Circle.
Never mind, those were
okay,
our golems. We bypassed the first meteors altogether.
Okay.
Okay, now circles, because now we're gonna have the meteors.
Alright, now circle.
Okay, back up.
Out.
I think I dropped them too close and they're going to explode.
Oh.
Well, I forgot to summon Eos.
Okay.
Now bring your things to eat your
Oh, okay.
meteors. Here comes Mega Flare. And that would have killed us, except we did it right. Yay!
You know, now that we did it right, I understand even less. Oh,
I got knocked into the thing. Well, now you two have to kill it without a healer. Good job.
I'll live.
Oh. There you go, girl. That was our vengeance.
That was our vengeance, indeed.
See what I mean? This is,
But yeah, now that we did that correctly, I feel like I understand even less, because I could have sworn we messed up.
What were you saying, Halabali?
That was way too easy.
I know.
Oh man, I'm not getting any of this treasure.
Let's see.
Hey, I got some gear and weapon coffers.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're just gonna pass on these.
I've got fucking everything. Is it tradable? What do you want? What do you want? Oh, we can't while we're in the duty. Okay, so we actually have to leave. Yay.
Hi, Alice. I thought you hated that outfit.
Still her. Poor creature. Would that you'd never been born. You'd surrendered your physical form, collapsed to aether. Bahamut denied you death and imprisoned what little was left of you in an ethereal shell, resembling what I'm at, wonder. Images from your memory, perhaps? Well, that's right. That's Alice, not Alphino. But that shell is now broken, and your primal deity seems disinterested to sustain your existence. My primal deity? I kneel to no icon. What need have I to beg the favor of such filth? I am Nail von Darnus, Legatus of the 7th Legion. No, a moment. My thoughts are clouded, and this body is not mine own. Could it be that you spoke the truth? Was I ensorcelled by the Lesser Moon's ancient prisoner? That will not happen again. You speak as if Bahamut's no longer controlled you. That's impossible. Once a primal ensnares a mind, it cannot be freed. Unless Bahamut simply relinquished the claim. What need has he of a broken spirit bound for the ethereal realm? Oh, that I should fall prey to the very influence I sought to purge from the land. The irony is galling. But do not assume that all my actions were chosen for me. It was my will that the Media Project be resurrected. Mine and no other. Yet it seems my grand designs were destined to fail. Even the ungentle release of death was denied me. Now, please, you must tell us more of the calamity. I must know the truth of what's befallen the world. What's become of my grandfather, Archon Louis Sois. You're Louis Sois' grandchild? Ah, the fates are generous with their cruelty. Continue on if you'd have your answers. They await you at the terminus of your path. But know that this path leads only to despair. The light of truth was ever harsh and unforgiving. Why do you say this? Grandfather will be freed once we put a stop to Bahamut's restoration, will he not? What are you not telling us? Steel yourself, child. Only unbending resolve and merciless strength can conquer what lies ahead. The weak can do naught but weep under the pall of their own misery, as did the frail child I once was. Ah! Oh no! Silence, chattering raven. Your wretched wings are broken, and you shall soar no more. My crimson moon, your brilliance sears mine eyes. Yay, I still don't know who you are. I recognize that voice, but never would he say such words. Come, let's finish what we came to do. All will be put aught when the final hulk lies dormant. Grandfather will be himself again. I'm sure of it. Bahamut regenerates more swiftly than I anticipated. Let's hope that disabling this coil will serve to slow the process. The display seems different, but the controls appear to mimic the mechanism we found in the Lenosian Hulk. It shouldn't pose a problem. Garbo, forgive me. The moment I beheld Nail's transformation, hope wilted in my heart. I did not believe you could stand against the manifestation of Bahamut's power. For all your fabled strength and skill, I felt certain that I was going to lose you, just as I lost my grandfather. Even he, a man for whom naught seemed impossible, was humbled before Bahamut's might. And yet, look how far we've come. It is incredible the feats of which we're capable, our boundless potential. It was the capacity for greatness, I believe, that grandfather so dearly wished to protect. With all that's occurred, I come to understand that much at least. 'Tis done. Shall we make our way back to the surface and gather our thoughts? We've seen much that will benefit from Urianje's learned perspective. Oh no. Oh no! Grandfather? It's you, then why? Abandon this quest. I will not countenance further sabotage of the coils. Sabotage? But we must disable the coils if we're to prevent Bahamut's revival. Your defiance seals your fate. No. No, you're not who I thought you were. My grandfather would never. Foolish girl. How could the White Raven allow herself to be bested by such sniveling opponents? Listen well, we all exist for the pleasure of one divine will. And the word of Lord Bahamut is absolute. Scurry back to your holes, vermin. You've been granted this one reprieve. But should you be so foolish as to crawl to my lord's domain again, I'll crush the life from you myself. Uh-oh. That light in grandfather's eyes. He suffered the same fate as Nail. My grandsire's no more. That was naught but a phantom that profanes his noble memory. This mockery must be expunged. I'll not rest until I free grandfather's soul from Bahamut's tyranny. Do you hear me, Bahamut? Your time is at an end. Eorzea and my family will be avenged. Shit. Shit. Should we all pose in front of Bahamut? We come over to this other side where the exit is, and we can, like, all cluster and then kneel.
I ain't kneeling to that.
Away from it. Or whatever pose we want to take, facing away from it. That is an impressive backdrop.
Yes, I will take pictures.
Yay, pictures. Or we should absolutely cluster up and V-pose. Even if the V-pose for Scholar is a little silly.
Yep.
I can pause each person in turn. Stab me in the stomach. Let me get on the other side of you so you don't stab me in the stomach with your victory pose. Okay, so first of the many fights is done.
Oh.
I was expecting that fight to go worse and take longer. I forgot how fast they melt.
When unsynced.
Yeah. It really was just we had trouble with the mechanic. Which means we're probably not going to have any troubles moving forward. I need to remember to summon Eos every time. Come stand behind
And
me,
back.
Eos. Perfect. Eos is going to be like behind my head in the victory pose. And then if Halabali stands to my character's left, then I'll be crouched down. I'm gonna move Eos to be behind you. There you go. Come in and make your V pose. Okay. So I'll begin with Eos here. Okay.
I will now take my pictures.
Okay. I'll put me here. So I know what I want. There we go. And then do I want to, what pose do I want to grab Ura in? Like, no, that one's covering Ura's face. Let's go like so. And then find a pose for Halabali. Perfect. Center on me again, because I'm in the center. Lighting. Make it bisexual. Camera down. Zoom in. Perfect. I think everyone will agree.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Time to update the chat sensor. Sorry. Sorry you weren't here. Albrick, you can just live with it. Okay. Now we can leave and go to the next quest and the next bit of reading. And then the next fight that will be entirely too melty once we actually figure out what we're doing. Thank you, Eos. Alice's resolve. Truly, it's wonderful to escape that stifling air and return to Northern Thanalin again, it would appear. I must thank you Were it not for your bravery, I strongly doubt I'd be standing here now. Ah, but you need not tarry on my account. The danger's past. Go ahead and apprise Urianger of all that's occurred. I'll join you anon. My thoughts are yet unruly, and I would rest here a while. Pray thee, return to the waking sands.
No.
I'm going to take the fast route, which is to go to Limsa. Take the Aethernet to the Arcanist's Guild. Go to the boat. And take the ferry to Vesper Bay. And that, dear viewers, is how you get to the Waking Sands without having to run everywhere. Because, ta-da, we're here!
But 80 gil.
Yeah. I just love that everyone's like, it takes so long to get to the Waking Sands. It's just like, if you explore... I walked, and I still beat you all. And you were all mounting. It's great. Hey, Slaffus, wish I don't know what quest you have. One of these days I'm gonna just do a bunch of side quests. I should arms mender. Urianger. The triumphant hero doth return. Thine eyes speak of the dread task's completion. The second coil now lieth dormant. Yet I sense the tidings thou bearest are not altogether glad. Prithee tell, what ill hath cast the shadow which falleth now across thy brow? The great... Wait, no, I know. The primal hath tempered even the great Louis Soir. There we go. An old foe and an old friend. So 'twas but the ethereal shadow of Master Louis Soir that Lady Alice beheld, an unnatural conjuration of thrall to the elder primal. That the fiend should deign to choose him of all men, even in full knowledge of the shade's true nature, I would be hard-pressed to weather such a confrontation. Yet what agonies must the young mistress have endured! Such torment did she ne'er deserve. Mayhap 'twere better if the Lady Alice did absent herself from future forays onto the coils. I've come too far to surrender to grief, Urianger. My lady, I'm resolved to defeat these fiends, and naught shall sway me from my path. Now let us peer more deeply into the well of our discoveries. As you wish, my lady. By your leave, I would speak first of the coil's late guardian, Nael von Darnus. Von Darnus was the legatus of the Garlean Empire who strove to bring about the Eorzea's final destruction, only to fall even as the sixth sun does set. If thou hast heard tales of the White Raven, then it is he of whom they speak. I say, for Nael was certainly no maid. Transgender moment. Hi, they took the guy, and the guy got killed and resurrected according to his soul, and it was suddenly a woman. That's a trans moment.
Huh.
The noble house of von Darnus, as we discovered all too late, had long safeguarded the wisdom of ancient Alec. 'Twas thus the legatus came to learn the true nature of Dalamud, and seek to employ the Red Moon as a weapon against Eorzea. But the Crystal Tower and the mechanisms required to command the satellite yet lay hidden beneath the ground, compelling Nael to construct a far less subtle mechanism, and in his first faltering attempts to communicate with Dalamud, he did likely rouse the satellite's slumbering prisma. Thenceforth did the White Raven's soul belong to Bahamut. He was fortunate indeed to acquire so powerful a thrall by chance. 'Tis little wonder he was so loath to part with him. Why let a simple thing like death deprive one of so useful a pawn? Though we may accuse him of bungling von Darnus's resurrection, I dare say Bahamut was as content to have a handmaiden as a manservant. Alice, you're not picking up the subtext. I only hope the two thralls we encountered were the extent of his flock. Yet I cannot help but dwell on Nail's words, those beloved children of whom he spoke. I assumed at first he referred to the moon's beastly guardians, but should Bahamut have enslaved other mortals, we must needs remove this source of worship. Otherwise our efforts to disable the coils shall be for naught. Forgive me, my delicacy, my lady. Thou art wise indeed to speak of expunging the Primal's thralls, but canst thou truly pursue a course which will cost thee thine own grandsire? My heart and mind are as one on this matter. Grandfather's salvation can be won by but a single method, the destruction of Bahamut and aught that might serve to sustain him. Kobo, while Urianger and I endeavor to ascertain the existence of any further thralls, I suggest you grant yourself a moment's respite. Rest assured that I will contact you the moment I have need of your inimitable talents. That we have achieved so much I owe to you, I fear. However, our trials have barely begun. Though time had dulled the pain of thy passing, I find I am wounded afresh. Master Louis Soir, what good shall come of this unending search for knowledge and truth? Long have I believed the pursuit of such treasures to be the duty of every true Charlian. Yet when each new revelation serveth only to heap further anguish upon those whom we would fain protect, must we truly reach for more? So you found your resolve, my dear sister. Will you now find a use for the secret, the key only you and I hold? Given our familial propensity for curiosity, you do well to remember that keys may serve to seal doors as well as unlock them, and Bahamut is a most unwelcome guest, to whom the door should never have been opened. Oh, this is before Alphino learned not to be an arrogant motherfucker.
Yep.
Achievement unlocked. You can handle the truth. Can I?
Can you?
No.
May I?
Does it come with a title? Oh, it doesn't look like it comes with a title.
The next achievement does.
Yay. I hope the Fragment of Truth is the correct quest. Man is wont to cast light wherever secrets lie hid in darkness, though that which he illuminates seldom bringeth him joy. So it is with such unhappy truths as Bahamut's immense shadow doth conceal. Yet ever onward forgeth Mistress Alice, undeterred by the burden of knowledge that weigheth heavy on her heart. 'Tis a perilous path she hath chosen, and a painful one. I prithee, Galvo, remain by her side as her valiant blade, that she might see her quest to its conclusion. I'm not the blade. Where is the blade? Gobo, it's well you're here.
Sure.
My lady, how might I serve you this day? I've met with some difficulty in my mission, and I should be grateful for your counsel. As you know, Bahamut's physical form is regenerated beneath the Cartano flats even as we speak. If we are to prevent his return, we must needs disable the two remaining internment hulks that sustain him. Every moment our mission is delayed, the realm is pushed closer to the brink of destruction. Alas, though I've determined the locations of the fragments of Dalamud leading to the hulks, I've been unable to find a way to enter them. I'm gaining admittance is but the first step of your perilous undertaking. When last thou descended into Bahamut's subterranean fastness, thou didst discover, didst thou not, the dread primal had bound the shade of Nail Van Darnus to his will. And though thou dost consign the fallen legatus to blessed oblivion, Thou mayst recall the piteous wretch was not alone. Doubt not but that Bahamut's other thralls shall seek to hinder thy passage. You can say his name, Orianche. I've not forgotten that my grandfather is waiting for us. My lady, I would remind you, as I must oft remind myself, that the man from whom we both loved and revered is no more. What remaineth is but a shade which defileth his memory. The vile verbiage that spilleth from his lips must not be heeded, for it cometh not from your grandsire, but from Bahamut himself. You need not worry. Come what may, I will not stray from the course. I'll not let grandfather's sacrifice be in vain. The mere words will not take us whither we must go. As I said, I have been unable to find my way to enter the fragments of Bahamut. My lady, might I suggest that you visit the fragments again in Gorbel's company? Full oft hath the warrior of light set events in motion by virtue of their presence alone. 'Tis possible they may do so again. I, the while, shall search for answers of mine own. By our efforts combined, full sure am I that the path shall be revealed to us ere long. Were it anyone else, I should question the wisdom of such advice. Yet I cannot deny what you say is true. Very well, I shall do as you suggest. Assuming you have no objections, of course. Good. Now we seek entry to the fragments of Bahamut. One lies at the Burning Wall in eastern Thanlin, and the other at the Singing Shards in Mordona. I'll have to assist at each location with instructions to continue searching for means of ingress. It's not impossible they could have since found something useful to us. Let's begin by visiting my man at the Burning Wall. Dex, I think it was. Yay. Arf indeed. To the Burning Wall. Wait. I forgot to put it on my hotbar. I need to put it on my hotbar. So I have two choices. I can either show off my newest mount, or I can, or someone can ride with me on the mount that I bought.
Oh, sorry. Ended up going ahead.
Okay, Halabali, hop on.
I'm on a way.
Ooh, T-Rex.
I'm not using my T-Rex today.
No. Whale.
How are those bottles staying on?
Glue. They're glued on. How else would they be staying on?
Flying whale.
Where is this agent? There's the agent. Ah, I say, are you not Mistress Ba? Mistress Vanna? My lady's most faithful companions? Ah, Sinis, madam, at your service. And may I say it's an honor to meet you. How goes the survey, Dex? My lady, it shames me to say I found no viable path to the fragment. Though it stands here before our very eyes, the way thither has thus far proved impossible. Whether the fragment fell and pierced the land, it caused a prodigious amount of aether to spew forth. 'Twas this that gave rise to the twisted lay which seems destined to thwart our efforts. Even if it were an opening to exist, I fear we'd struggle to reach it. We cannot give up. Keep trying. So near and so far. Well, it avails us not to stand here and stare at the thing. Let's away to Mordona. Try the other fragment. Perhaps Sinis had fared better. Upon that note, my lady, there's something I must tell you. I'm sorry to report I lost contact with my brother just over a bell ago. As you know, the Singing Shards are home to many fell creatures, ogres among them. I don't wish to cause you undue alarm. I fear something unspeakable may have happened to Dex. What? Why didn't you? Oh, give me strength. I must hurry to my assistant's aid, Gobbo. They've got their names wrong. Ah, come on. I'm gonna ride my other new mount.
Or they are both Dex.
Oh, this guy said his name was Senis. Rawr.
I'm on a couch.
I'm not quite sure if Couch is cooler or T-Rex is cooler. What do you think? Or a flying couch or flying T-Rex?
Flying T.
The Ascendant is in trouble. There's a fate going. Ah, thank you, adventurer. For a moment there I fear my bones were to be ground up and used to bake bread. I'm relieved to see you're unharmed. It was wrong of me to press such a dangerous task on you. My lady, your worries are wasted on me. 'Twas nothing at all, I assure you. If it please you, I report on my findings. As you can see, though the tip of the fragment's exposed, the rest is encased in rock and crystal, rendering it impossible to enter the structure. We might try excavating the area around the fragment, but it's like to take time, and there really is no telling how deep we need to dig before we find a suitable point of ingress. As such, I'm forced to conclude our gaining entry to this fragment is unrealistic. Forgive me, my lady. Confound it, we're losing precious time. What do we do now? 'Tis I, Oriange. Glad tidings have I for thee and my lady. For a blessing, a way hath been found by which thou mayst enter the remaining fragments of Bahamut. Pray escort Mr. Salisay to the cerulean processing plant in northern Thanalin. There all shall be made clear. Yay, let's teleport again. Oriange's found a way. We must go to him at once. So this would have been a much more interesting quest. This thing they did here, where they put this fate on top of it. That would have been very interesting if we were like at level. And had to worry about the fate. But we're not, so we don't need to. Oriange, what are you doing here?
Ooh.
Mine apologies for summoning you thus far afar, my lady, but it is here that your journey may finally begin. I did wonder. To my knowledge, there's no fragments in northern Thanalin. Nor are you mistaken, my lady, yet a pathway doth exist, one which you yourself have made use of in the past. At the conclusion of your several forays into the binding coil, 'twas at the crystal's formation which lies to the north of this place that you did emerge, was it not? Yes, an aetherial stream bore us back to the surface, that much I had surmised. Are you suggesting we can use it to return underground? Even if that were possible, would it not simply bear us back to those places we've already explored? Need not. Pray allow me to explain. Upon evidence of your experience, it seems plain that the two internment hulks may share the selfsame ethereal elements. From this did we infer others may be connected in likewise. Thus did we labor long to verify the existence of further tributaries to the selfsame stream, in which task we are at length successful. It was then a matter of arriving at a solution to the problem of traveling to an unattuned destination. That one might reach what we may call the headwater. We propose to employ a modified aetherite, which serveth to amplify such ripples as do originate from said source. By focusing one's essence upon these ripples, it should be possible to make the journey. Yet be fairly warned, as with all untried modes of ethereal travel, this method may entail a considerable danger. Merely to attempt the voyage could cost your life. That's a risk I'm willing to take. You're brilliant, Urianger. But I'm curious, did you have assistance in forming this plan? I could not help notice your repeated use of the word we, unless you've taken to using the majestic plural in our absence. Nay, my lady, as you've correctly surmised, I was not alone in this endeavor. Meaning there are others who are aware of our mission. Well, it can't be helped now. Preventing Bahamut's return is what matters. If some secrecy must be sacrificed to achieve our goal, then so be it. Alpha, no. Ura, do you want to ride with me?
Yes, please.
Whee.
Oh. Wow! It even comes with a picnic table!
Yep. And you can do some emotes on the back of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you can still do that.
Verily, 'twas not my wish to withhold knowledge of the aid I received. I pray Mistress Alice will forgive me when she learneth its source. So that must be the modified aetherite. What are the immortal flames doing here? Those men may be sworn flames of Ul'dah, but they are first and foremost faithful retainers of House Livelier. Alphino, so it's you who's helping Urianger. Who else could it have been, my dear sister? Lest you worry, I have no intention of making the details of your venture public. Like you, I would prefer to avoid causing a panic. But given that which is at stake, namely the survival of the realm, one must be willing to accept help when it's offered. Would you not agree? At the very least, do not be cross with Urianger. It was at my behest that he kept silent. We will speak later. Pray forgive me, my lady, but knowing full well your intent, I judged it meet that Master Alphino be informed. Though your grandsire hath become Bahamut's thrall, his noble blood courseth yet through both your veins, and if he must needs be struck down... Do you hear that, Alphino? I mean to strike down grandfather, and when I've done so, I shall banish Bahamut to the aether. Nothing you say will sway me from my course. I will protect Eorzea, and I will uphold grandfather's legacy. Grandfather's legacy? So you still don't know what you yourself desire. Your actions are still driven by borrowed resolve. Borrowed resolve? What does that have to do with anything? Protecting Eorzea was grandfather's goal, and we made it ours. Both of us. That's why we came here, unless you've forgotten. Well, gods forbid I should ever forget. But you misunderstand. I don't question your resolve, only whence it came. If it were your own, you would be able to tell me precisely why you desire so fervently to protect Eorzea. But you cannot, for it's not your resolve, but grandfather's. You may struggle to see the difference, but borrowed resolve shall never be as strong as that which wells from within. Let us speak of this another time. For now, preventing Bahamut's return is all that matters. To be plain, I have no objection to striking down whatever's left of Grandfather. Know, however, I will be accompanying you this time. As a son of House Levalure, I will be present for his final moments. Very well, you may join us. On one condition. I make the decisions. If it please, milady, the name's Erkenrad. Our preparations are just about to complete. When you're ready to embark on your mission, just give me the word. I'll be waiting for you at the cerulean processing plant. The bickering. Pay no heed to my brother. You can rely on me. We've come far together, you and I, and together we'll see our journey to the end. Speak to Erkenrod. Farewell, everyone. I will ride my dinosaur back to town. Do you like my dinosaur?
I like your dinosaur very much.
Come stand in it. Come stand in her mouth. I've been waiting for you. I'm pleased to say the Aetherite's primed and ready. As you know, the remaining internment hulks are connected to the fragments in Eastern Thanalin and Mordona. To the former, that we'll be sending you first. Now, you'll be starting inside the hulk, meaning you won't have to cover so much ground. Drawback being that you'll be fighting for your life from the moment you get there. Best be prepared for anything, for milady's sake, if not your own. And that's about it. All I can tell you. When your preparations are in order, give me the word and I'll send you on your way. I may even throw in a prayer for your speedy return, just to be on the safe side. Well. Then it's time. Final Coil of Bahamut. Turn 1.
Yeah, final coil. Oh no.
I have not read about these fights, so I don't know what we're doing. Ooh, 4,560 yalms beneath.
Is that like yards or?
Yeah, like yard/meter. So this is how it looks on the inside. This internment hulk still functions. The teleportation was a success. We're come to the right place. There's no telling how much further Bahamut has regenerated since we last beheld him. Let's make haste to the main bridge and deactivate the coil. There were receptacles similar to these in the previous hulk. These hold chimerical beasts, but only Alligans know what other abominations may be sleeping within. They may well be part of Dalamud's internal defenses. We must stay on our guard at all times. I've heard that Nail is the hardest fight of this too. But we should still be on our guard.
Nope. That was not the mitigation. That was not tank stance. That was my involved.
Da 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 da. Frickin' answers, yes!
Oh, that's a lot of them.
Woohoo! Come to me. Or those who come after. Of the land's cry of justice. Of the land's something of purpose.
I feel kind of left out that I'm not doing as much damage.
Ah, that's okay. You're the tank. Your job is to steal everything from us. Hi.
Hello. Oh. Oops. Oh, that's a lot of dragons.
Hi, who are you? You're a
That's
dragon.
weird-looking dragon. Oh, wait.
You're gonna take a selfie with Indigo. When it's time to pull, let me know and I can drop a crit sucker. Give everyone the best lollipops. Oh, excuse me. Stand close to me, and we will have a crit adlo on everyone. And by stand on me, I mean like we all need to stand on Ura. Bum 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 bum. Oh, hi everyone in chat. Dramatic. I know, we're just waiting on Ura to get back from the phone. Perfect. Oh, that's even better.
Huh?
Okay. Tell me when you're ready to pull, because I have something I want to do, but you'll have to pull the second I'm done, okay?
Okay.
Are you
So,
ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Right now, everyone stand on Ura.
Oh, okay.
Everyone stand on Ura. And when I say go, you pull, okay?
Okay.
I did not say go.
Sorry.
Go! 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 Dragons we need to kill. The daughters we need to kill. So what I did right there was I gave all of us the adlo that I normally give you. Oh, there's more of them.
Yep, seems like it. Oh, okay. This.
Oh, there's gonna be more of them.
No.
Well, that took longer than the last fight.
I mean, you had to wait when I.
Yeah, we did have to wait for that. Ba-da-da-da. Okay, treasure time.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on all these.
Why am I getting literally everything?
Okay, I got something.
Yay. What's this? By the 12 dragons, and so many. We were aware the Alligans possessed the means to control the creatures, but to imprison them thus is barbaric. I'd not wish such a fate on my worst enemy. 'Tis plain no love was lost between the Alligans and dragons. Was it truly necessary to keep so great a number here? Bahamut did not want for defenses. This we've experienced firsthand. Such guardians as the Alligans created, both living and unliving, were surely no less capable of repelling intruders than these poor creatures. Tell me something, Alisaie. Have you not managed to determine by whose will Bahamut exists? No, I've not. At first I assumed Bahamut had no people of his own, that the Alligans had perhaps discovered a way to simulate prayer itself. However, Nail's words gave me cause to reconsider, specifically thy shade's mention of Bahamut's beloved children. From that I inferred the primals given form by the will of worshippers whom we've yet to... Oh.
Kind of like Azliza, right?
Like Azisla, yeah. Also Allagan.
Azliza?
God strike me down for a blind fool. Bahamut's beloved children right here before my very eyes. How could I be so stupid? Who else but the dragons of Eld would summon Bahamut? Who else but they could sustain him? And I think I wondered why Alligans kept them imprisoned here. Even should the flame of Bahamut's life go out, his faithful children would summon him back. For this reason, the Allagan Empire kept an army of dragons here in a perpetual state of duress, that they might sustain the primal's existence. Truly, the Allagans' ingenuity knows no bounds, and neither did their cruelty. Small wonder that Bahamut was so enraged. Let no one deny it was man who sowed the seeds of the calamity. Will you now turn your hatred towards your own kind, dear sister? Do not patronize me, Alphino. I merely acknowledge our guilt. Lest you be in any doubt, I have no intention of allowing Bahamut to lay the world to waste, regardless of the atrocities the Alligans committed against his kind. We have no choice but to eliminate all who worship him, be they his children or his thralls. Seems reasonable to assume the system responsible for the primal's regeneration is also responsible for sustaining the captive dragons. If we disable it, all should perish. Let us press on. I don't like that.
Like what? Shutting off the life support?
I don't like anything about that. That is just bad from top to bottom.
Hmm.
Well,
Maybe it's because my brain's turned off. I'm not seeing the implications of how bad it is.
those dragons are not unconscious.
Oh.
They are alive, kept alive, and kept in torment. However long it is for millennia, so that their prayers may fuel Bahamut. So you understand, I'm not happy, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, on to turn 2. Turn 2.
Yeah, my bike's starting to pick that up.
The regeneration grid. A replica of Dalamud. Ah, nephew is unhappy. Well, come forth, nephew. Watch us deactivate the Allegan Fields. Whoa! I guess we're going this way.
You need to get more patient.
We're inside Dalamud.
Wow.
Lead the way, Ura. It still answers. It's so unnerving.
That's why people looking
I think we have to go around the other way, too. I know. Oh, do we have to go, like, return? I think we have to return to the start and take the other route now.
is that
Nope. No, yeah. See? I see how we've lit this one up, but we haven't lit the other side? I think we need to go through to the other side to light it up. You see? So we can walk through here and die. And then we can take the other route. And that will hopefully take us where we're going. I mean, if you want to go the way we just went, or you can. Okay, so this IC1 control, they both took us to the same spot. Then we go left or right. We went left, right?
we went left?
So we go right this time. And then we're here.
Or is lost?
And we did, yep, we needed to go both ways. That's interesting.
Did they intend for the large group to split in half?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what the intention was. and not for the small group to go one way, commit suicide, and then go the other. Oh, hello.
Is that Mecha Ghidorah?
It's Mecha Chimera. Remember, ABC. Always go in the belly party, and come on in, the belly's fine.
So who's A?
I was making a World of Darkness joke. Oh! I guess we shouldn't be standing there when the green starts. Good luck, Alabali.
That should be fine.
The power of unsynced content. The bard can do it. No, you have to do the mechanics. Once again, we're not punished by the boss, we're punished by the mechanics. And apparently this mechanic was don't stand in the middle when the field generates.
I really like the soundtracks for these binding coils.
Yeah, they're great. Woohoo! Victory! And yes, I am leading the way. Absolutely. Not cheering from behind.
Oh yeah, that's right. I got it. Oh, dead one.
Woohoo!
No, I'll just pass these.
Why, this looks like a model of Bahamut, yes. For millennia, Bahamut must have gazed at this unchanging view. Trapped inside a prison that was scarcely large enough to contain him, unable to move, denied the release of death, how his hatred for man must have burned. And that hatred found an ideal vessel in male von Darnus. In many ways, Bahamut is to be pitied, not loathed. But knowing the true extent of his fury, I'm more convinced than ever of the necessity of our endeavor. Besides, His is not the only soul that cries out for vengeance. Well, do we cry out for the final coil of Bahamut turn 3?
I think so. As well. Bark.
Does your nephew cry out for it?
Probably crying, but for different reasons.
He cries.
Gods, he is almost whole again.
Oh god, it's the old voice. Also, I forgot I was in English.
Oh, hey, it looks like he's got some new battle armor.
His size is staggering. I can scarce imagine how grandfather stood against such a monstrosity.
This cannot be allowed to proceed any further. Let us disable the coil and move on. Grandfather? No, that man is dead. I will not dishonor my beloved grandsire's memory by calling you such. You are but his twisted shape, the thrall of a mad primal.
You were foolish to disregard my warning, child. Are you so convinced of your own righteousness?
'Tis the rightness of our path that led us to return. Eorzea will never be safe whilst Bahamut remains to threaten all we hold dear. What of the hero who gave his life in defense of the realm? Do you truly dispute the justice of our cause?
My poor, ignorant grandchildren, your world is shaped by naught but recent conflict. Listen, and I will speak to you of justice. 'Twas in the twilight of the third astral era. The southern land of Mericidia suffered invasion at the hands of the Alagon Empire. With no atrocity too depraved for their purpose, the forces of Alec were unstoppable in their advance. Desperate for salvation, the dragons prayed to one of their first brood, to their ancestor Bahamut. Infused by the power of their fervent supplications, Bahamut arose from the abyss of death and took wing as the Mericidians' newborn god. Yet this great miracle would only serve to further the maniacal designs of the dragon's imperial conquerors. The cruel fetters which bind my lord stand testament to the Alagon's boundless greed and hubris. I once summoned the 12 in an attempt to forestall the advent of the 7th Umbral Era. What then did the dragons of Mericidia do that I did not? Wherefore are they accursed and I exalted? 'Tis man's overweening belief in his own primacy that blinds him to the commonness of his condition and the truth of his own tyranny. As long as man is suffered to remain, the dragons shall never be at peace. Only when the plague of people has been expunged shall the children of Lord Bahamut be free. Then shall the world know true justice.
Stop it! Grandfather would never say such things. His belief that people were worth saving never faltered. He had faith in their strength, that they could stand together and push back against the darkness seeking to shape them.
A false hope. 'Tis folly to place one's faith in so flawed a race. Stand together? Huh. They would first need to agree on which direction to face. If history teaches us anything, it is that man cannot find common ground between his own 2 feet. Even you, twins whose veins run with the same blood, struggle to fathom each other's reasoning. You hide your differing agendas behind the convenient banner of Eorzea's salvation. Given your obvious self-interest, can you truly claim no kinship with the oligarch? And though I hope they might bring you closer, 'twould seem that the twin grimoires I bestowed upon you were a wasted gesture.
There may well be truth in your judgment of Alize and me, but such a one-sided tirade bemoaning the evils of man rings false, coming from the lips of Archon Louisoix. Tell me, do you champion the cause of dragons because Bahamut compels you as his thrall? Or is it because you yourself have transcended the limits of man's existence?
Ah, so the possibility did not escape your notice. What I prayed for, and what I have become. These are the keys that unlock the truth behind Eorzea's rebirth.
Oh no.
If you would have them,
That's pretty.
then you must needs take them by force. Come, rend this divine form asunder and claim your answers.
Pam pam pa ta 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 ta.
But I thought... He has become a primal?
It is difficult, I know, but you must accept it. That entity
Yes.
is no phantom or imposter. It is our beloved grandsire.
1 minute 20 seconds. You're a puny god.
It doesn't look like I feel like celebrating.
We...
Making a note. Try these things.
Wait, do I have... I have hand, foot, leg, chest. I am just missing hat. And I have weapon. I am literally only missing hat.
Did I get anything?
You can have, like, all of these, like, chip things. I don't know what they do.
I just realized I could have probably been collecting those to collect the replica crafting stuff.
Grandfather is truly gone this time. But better it end this way than the alternative.
I am yet here, Alice, my dear, sweet granddaughter.
Grandfather?
I must thank you, warrior of light. Without your valor, I might never have broken free of Bahamut's control. These last few moments are mine, to live as the man I once was.
This is all that I wanted. Yet, now that it is happening, I find myself struggling to believe it. Is it really you?
Grandfather, pray forgive me my insolence. It was not my intent to demean you.
Forgive you? I am proud of you, child. You were wise enough to deduce the manner of creature I had become. Alfino, Alize, if any here should beg forgiveness, it is I.
Grandfather, I must ask, will you not tell us what befell during Calamity?
Yes, of course. You have come far to hear the truth. Let us then begin the tale at the Battle of Cartano, where clashed the forces of the Garlean Empire and the Eorzean Alliance. 'Twas there in the sky above the surging armies that the elder primal Bahamut broke free of the Red Moon Bahamut. In an effort to contain this avatar of destruction, I called upon the 12 to aid me in the creation of a prison of ether. But Bahamut would not be caged by such feeble bars. Too vast was his might, too fierce his rage. Little choice remained to me. I used the last of my strength to entrust our hope unto the future, and prepared to meet my end.
Ooh. Shit.
Wow.
As you have no doubt surmised, I did not perish. When the cage built from the essences of the 12 was destroyed, the sky was filled with a colossal cloud of ether. This drifting energy responded to the prayers of those fighting below, and to my own desperate wish that the dying realm be saved by infusing me with the power of a primal. I became the immortal phoenix, ancient symbol of rebirth. Rising into the sky, I struck Bahamut with all my newfound strength. The blow shattered his earthly form, and a shower of ether rained down upon the land. Thus began the rejuvenation of Eorzea. Believing the deed done, I relinquished my hold on that staggering energy, desirous that it should be returned to the realm without delay. But I had not reckoned on Bahamut's tenacious will. Even as he teetered upon the cusp of oblivion, the dragon reached out to claim me. Alas, within my fast fading form, enough remained of the Phoenix's energy to offer Bahamut a hold, and he dragged me along in his wake.
And thus began your existence as the Elder Primal's thrall.
I cannot help but wonder at his will to survive. Though he was all but obliterated, Bahamut found a way to seize the power you surrendered. That would explain why part of his physical form survived to be entombed underground.
It would also explain why Eorzea was so terribly warped. Even as the land sought to restore itself, the returning flow of ether was cut off.
Very good. When his grip on existence was once again secured, Bahamut did not cease his feast until he had consumed every last mote of ether that yet floated in the air.
And still he was not fully restored.
You must remember that by this time, much of the freed ether had already returned to the land. That which remained was not sufficient to reconstruct so massive a form in its entirety. But there did not need to be, not for a being sustained by the marvels of Allagan technology. As long as some piece of Bahamut persists, the Coils will seek it out and continue their regenerative task. The fragments of Bahamut appear motionless from the surface, but deep beneath the ground they had been searching, tunneling through rock and soil towards their escaped prisoner. And, as you have observed for yourselves, they found his heart. Warrior of light, heed me. You must put a stop to Bahamut's regeneration. Whether it be for man or for dragonkind. The question of justice is irrelevant. The Elder Primal will leave naught but a smoldering wasteland for both his children and ours. I beg you to defend Eorzea and guide its people to the future they yet struggle to find. is time for the tale of Bahamut and his part in the calamity to come to an end. Alvino, Alize, pray, come closer. Your hopes and dreams must no longer be an extension of mine. You must needs find your own reason to fight for this realm, your own meaning in this sea of chaos. Will you do that for me?
Of course, Grandfather. I have already made it my mission to see this newborn Eorzea survive and flourish.
Alize, while I was yet enthralled to Bahamut, you spoke of my faith in man's strength. Know that your words reached me, imprisoned though my soul still was. So forceful was your conviction, I wonder if that belief has not become your own. Perhaps, after all your anger and sorrow was spent, you found something greater within you. See this fight to its culmination. 'Tis also your strength in which I have faith.
Thank you for everything. Pray, take your rest, Grandfather. You deserve it.
There are records of an art that allowed one to summon the power of a primal from the essence of its demise. And though I am no true primal, all that I have left, I give to you. Alvino, Alize, my darling grandchildren. May light's blessings ever keep and protect you.
Come, Warrior of Light. Our task remains undone.
Holy shit.
That was a lot to take in.
Oh. Yeah. That feels like it's important. Like beyond just answers to unanswered questions. That feels like it's like Crystal Tower, where it's going to be important later, and like everyone who hasn't done these because they're so hard is missing a level of the tale. But there's only one thing left to do.
Yep.
End him.
We'll bring this chapter to its final closing.
I was gonna say kill the bitch, but yeah, that works too. Hi, Bahamut.
The burning heart.
"'Twas a long and arduous road, but at last we reach its end. Farewell, Bahamut. I banish you back to the ether." "He is not yet whole. I did not think him capable."
Alize! Alize!
I had thought it finally over. We will not survive another blast. No. Is this how I honor my promise to grandfather?
You must needs find your own reason to fight for this realm. Your own meaning in this sea of chaos. Will you do that for me?
I will, grandfather. In fact, I believe I already have. That reason has been with me all along, guiding me. Eorzea's blade of light, shearing through endless shrouds of darkness. I have been shown the miraculous feats of which we are all capable, of which I am capable. Bahamut, you have wreaked enough havoc. I will not let your wrathful fires consume all that we know and love.
How long I have waited to hear you say that! You have found your resolve at last! Let me join my strength to yours. In this place, in this moment, our purpose has become one. For the future of Eorzea!
That was kind of lame.
This last task is yours, warrior of light. You must destroy Bahamut's crystal core.
Oh, we're doing this line. You're doing this thing again. Yep, that cutscene was meant for 8 people.
Yep.
Oh no.
Do I have Eos?
I start.
I do not. Let's get Eos out here.
I apologize in advance if I start crying mid-battle.
Okay. Everyone's hold close to Ura so I can do the same thing I did a couple fights ago. When Halabali's ready. Which is Recitation, Adoloquium, Deployment Tactics. Recitation makes my Adoloquium crit. And then Deployment Tactics. No, you ran too soon. It worked. You weren't too far away. Deployment Tactics spreads it to everyone. Oh god.
Oh, what does this mean?
I'm going to run in.
Oh, Trintonia!
And the fights are hereafter. And those before. Everyone pile up so I can succor us. There we go. Heaven is the land's light of justice. Is that ransom of purpose? Walk free, believe. Flare dampening. We're gonna need to get into there when flare comes. I'm looking for a reason to step in.
We're burning through these people so fast.
Okay, this is when you get in. For sure. This is Terra Flare. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
focus.
Okay, we need to go through and do this all synced sometime because that seems so amazing synced.
Yeah, that looked like that would be a super cool final boss fight. We weren't over level.
I mean, it was still really cool over level, but wow. I could feel the tension of the Tetra player from the second the big note hits.
Yeah.
Uh,
It was so tense. I was thinking about using my inbound just to be safe.
yeah. Okay. Let's go look at the equipment and divvy it out. Because yeah. Or I guess we cutscene and then we divvy it out.
You did it.
With the old ARR voices and that face, it's like, who are you? What have you done with Alice?
Yeah, it like feels really jarring. And even like though I'm used to Alphonse's ARR voice, it still feels a bit off now that I'm used to his post ARR.
Yeah. And since I did Japanese, it's like, who are you? I've never met you before. Uh,
But one task remains.
push the button.
With this last coil disabled, there shall be naught left to bind Bahamut to this world. His beloved children will finally know peace. Tis done. He is truly gone. You knew, didn't you? You knew what Grandfather had become.
I was not certain, but from all I had gleaned, it seemed a distinct possibility. The scene people describe of the Battle of Cartano was one of unimaginable devastation, and 'tis through the combined prayers of the desperate and an abundant source of ether that primals are born. I merely put two and two together.
And you consider that a sufficient explanation? Well, you stumbled across your theory. 'Twas this revelation that made you wary of my attachment to Grandfather. You feared that in my obsession, I would fall under his primal sway. Is that why you decided to join us? To pull me back should I show signs of wavering?
Pray forgive me, sister. I wished only to protect you. Yet I see now that I needn't have doubted the strength of your conviction.
Punch him, please, Alice.
May I ask you a question? What do you now intend to do with the truth you have uncovered?
Which particular truth was that, brother? The fact that desperate prayer gave rise to the primal phoenix? That this new god was responsible for setting Eorzea on the path to rebirth? Should such a tale become common knowledge, people would soon offer up their prayers in earnest. They would beseech Phoenix to complete the healing that was begun.
Yet as you and I know all too well, the very act of calling forth this savior would do more harm to the land than good. We cannot encourage such worship for this very reason. Were Grandfather forced to return as an ether-draining primal, it would undo all that he had worked to protect. Your abiding love for him was the key that unlocked the truth of the calamity. But keys may also serve to seal doors that were best left unopened. Let your love now guide your actions, and lock away deep inside the fate of both Grandfather and Bahamut.
Fear not, Alfino. I understand what must be done. The realm need not know the truth for it to be saved. That the Elder Primal is banished, to return no more. That is enough. Let us make our way back to the surface. Poor Oriange must be beside himself with worry.
Okay. What have we got? We've got Dreadworm Weapon Coffer, Dreadworm Staff, Dreadworm Choker of Fending, High Allegan Bognax, Dreadworm Earring of Aiming, and a bunch of Aether Stones, and a Quick Tongue Materia. And I'm keeping the coffers myself, neener, neener, neener. I'm gonna deck myself out. I'm gonna deck myself out in that. Halabali. You want the Earring of Aiming, I presume?
Yeah, I could take that.
I am not allowed to give it to you.
As I suspected.
Why not?
The market prohibited means trade prohibited. Do
Oh.
you want any of the Aether Stones, Neo Aether Stones, or Materia?
I can take some of the Aether.
Those Aether Stones can be used to craft a replica set of the Dreadworm gear. They can also be color dyed.
Can I trade them to you?
I'm still on free trial.
So I don't think I can. I'm going to give one of each to Halabali first. Then I'll try. Let's see. You aren't able to trade it this time. Well, there you go. And now... we're going to see if any of this is worth putting into my glamour chest. You. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's pretty good. I can't give you the Dreadworm robe, but I hate it. And the Dreadworm Codex is also not as good. Here, I'll put it on so you can see. The coat's pretty good. The rest of it, not so much. I'll say. And here we are again. After that descent into darkness, the desolation of northern Sandland seems paradisal. As promised, I shan't reveal the truth of the calamity to a single soul. However, the nations of Eorzea will require certain assurances the threat of a new primal is gone. Kept in the dark over long, it's only a matter of time before they seek answers on their own accord. Let us recommend that the fragments of Bahamut are sealed off, and the truth may rest undisturbed. First, we must go report to Urianger. We're not due to keep him in suspense. I dare say we'll find him pacing up and down at the cerulean processing plant. Rawr.
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 Rawr. No.
Rawr.
Wait, why am I chasing you on foot?
I don't know. We'll never catch up to a Tyrannosaur.
Behold the power of flying doggo.
Oh. It's eating the quest marker. Is it a yummy quest marker, Dino? Ah, the warrior of light returneth, undimmed from the depths of darkness. By thy triumphant bearing, I take it thou hast succeeded in thy mission, and yet thou art alone. Mistake me not, my dear friend, full glad am I of thy safe return. What way, pray, are Master Alphino and Mr. Salazar? Not riding dinosaurs. Here, my friend, forgive us our lateness, we took the scenic route. Bahamut is no more. The realm is safe. By the heavens, look at you! What horrors our young eyes must have seen, what suffering our young bodies must have bore. Pray tell me, where are you hurt? Your wounds must needs be cleansed and dressed at once. I shall make for you a poultice which draweth out. Be at ease, my friend, hale and whole, I assure you. We took a few tumbles, but the worst of our hurts are healed. I believe we have grandfather to thank for that. Mostly with Swan, but you met him once more. Wherefore should Bahamut's thralls seek to ease your suffering? I promise to reveal all to you in due course, dear friend. But first, there's a matter which requires our immediate attention. Now that Bahamut is defeated, we deem it best to bar entry to all the fragments of Bahamut. To this end, we will convince the nation's leaders that the danger is past, and invite their cooperation in ensuring the fragments are never again disturbed. Come, let's depart and seek an audience with them forthwith. A moment, sister. You need not burden yourself with this task. Oriandra and I will more than suffice. Why do you not take this opportunity to rest? The gods know you've earned it. Why don't one of you go to each nation? Because there's 3 nations you need to report to, and there's 3 of you. I'm fine, brother. Besides, you can do as much as I have. Oh, I see now. You play your game of diplomacy and wish me out of the way. No, naught could be further from the truth, Alize. My lady, 'tis mine earnest belief your brother hath your best interests at heart. You have more than done your part, and he desireth but to relieve you of a burden he might easily bear alone. I have some experience treating with dignitaries, you must allow. As you never fail to remind me of my fondness for diplomacy, I feel it only right that I remind you of your aversion to it. Then it's settled. Oriange, pray make arrangements for a chocobo carriage. The ride should give us ample time to prepare our story. Alpha, no. Though our paths are different, we share the same goal, do we not? Of course, dear sister. That which we've just achieved together stands as testament to the fact. Whatever path we choose to take, our hearts shall never lead us to the same end. Our hearts shall ever lead us to the same end. Of that I'm certain. Thank you. There's a place I'd visit. Might I ask you to accompany me? But first, I do believe a change of garments is in order. It won't take a moment. Landscape's the same. Of course, there's no reason it would be otherwise. Though it would be poetic for the fragments to magically disappear, I'm well aware they shall remain long after you and I are gone. The world may change irrevocably, but life shall ever go on. Let's take a closer look, shall we? I have no doubt Alphino will do an admirable job concealing the truth of the calamity. And such truths as were revealed in these dark depths will never see the light of day. I myself agreed it must be so. But the thought that the people of Eorzea shall forever remain ignorant of their savior, Of your deeds, the injustice of it is almost too much for me to bear. How typical of you, ever the heroine. Even so, I cannot deny I feel better for your reassurance. But I want you to know I'll never forget. You're the one who freed Grandfather's soul and saved Eorzea from Bahamut's wrath. And though these great deeds will never be remembered in song, their consequences will be felt forevermore by every soul who calls this realm home. Yes, this spot will do. For Grandfather, Nail, and the dragons of Residia, for all those who were taken by the calamity. Hi, Flower. At long last, our struggle with Bahamut is over. The realm, given new life through prayers and sacrifices of countless souls, may look to a brighter tomorrow. When the dust of our adventure is settled, I shall embark on a journey. I mean to find my own reason to fight for Eorzea, and when I do, I will fight with all my being. You've done so much for me. One day I hope to be able to repay you in kind. I have no doubt that you will continue to help those in need and grow ever stronger in so doing. I shall endeavor to do the same, and if the 12 are kind, I hope one day to become Eorzea's sword in the darkness, as you are. Come what may, you may rest assured I will not be outdone by Alphino. When next we meet, I promise I'll not disappoint you. Till that day, fare you well, my friend, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Yay!
Oh.
There's your title.
Woohoo! So, before we part for today, do we want to run back that last fight synced and see how badly we die?
No, dear.
Which one?
The one we just beat.
I know, but oh no.
No,
No,
now that we have no pressure to actually win, just to see how epic it
thanks.
actually is.
I think we will not get the results we're hoping for.
I think we will die horribly and it will be funny.
Alright. I guess it's only fair.
Level sync. Silence echo.
I was about to say, why not just make it minimum item level 2 while you're at it?
I debated it. Okay, definitely though. Ura, do not run until I say go so that I can drop. Oh no, I can't recitation. Never mind.
Alright.
Oh no.
Ow. Oh, wait.
I need a heal.
Oh, maybe.
Ah, okay.
Have fun, Ura.
Oh, ow.
About 10%.
Not bad.
Well, I lived longer than I thought I would.
Yeah. I can take him. Okay. I think that's probably enough.
Yeah.
Someday we will return to the full party.
And we're probably going to need to learn how to tank swap for this fight.
I didn't see any, like, vulnerability stacks.
Oh, okay, I was just like wondering if like
No, what we need
No,
is
yeah.
we need is a white mage and a scholar, so that you can be like heals and regens, and I could be like shields. And then we need more DPSs because our DPS was basically all Halavali, and we need a couple of decent tanks. And then we'll die over and over again a lot as we learn the mechanics. Yay! I guess I find someone to raid into, unless we have anything else we want to be doing.
Nah, I can't think of anything at a moment.